NXT TakeOver 30.
NXT TakeOver 30, where anyone with their mind in the gutter automatically thinks of pornography. Meanwhile, with my mind out of the gutter, I can't help but wonder when Vin Diesel is going to show up. I'd remove a sin for all these past moments of NXT being shown in the intro to the 30th TakeOver event. Unfortunately, I feel sad that we can't go back to those days, and things haven't exactly been as exciting as they used to be. Oh, the days of Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, Asuka, Gargano versus Ciampa. Where's a time machine when you need one? Now this is worth removing the only two sins I placed here. Metallica hyping up NXT TakeOver is what you call excitement.
I'm gonna make you my bitch.
Wrestler tends to make the opponent his bitch cliche. It's been said a lot over the past number of years and might as well be a cliche. Kross may want to consider changing his catchphrase away from TikTok, otherwise Donald Trump might try to ban him too. I don't know if Keith Lee unintentionally made that pun about his eye injury by saying, I am fine, but he made a pun about his eye injury by saying, I am fine. Also, welcome to 2020, where WWE has a frightening fetish for double champions and non-stop eye injuries. For once, NXT actually got some form of pyrotechnics for their introduction of the show. Could have sworn Kane was about to make a cameo. That was cool.
Joined by WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix,
who is nowhere in sight, apparently. Also cool to see Corey Graves back in NXT, though if we really wanted to take a trip down memory lane, what if for one night we got Corey Graves and Tom Phillips calling the action like the good old days? Nothing against Vic Joseph, I'm just saying. With all those X's next to F on Finn Balor's Titantron, I presume he changed his name to Fuck Balor for the night and they had to censor it.
I want to bring up Timothy Thatcher to you.
Hilarious that Finn Balor is getting in Timothy Thatcher's face while his arms are stuck behind him trying to remove his jacket. Yeah, you don't skip. Hold on, my arms are stuck.
But Thatcher.
Oh! Corey Graves' reaction to Finn's sudden launch on Timothy was a little late. Sorry. Try again next time, man.
Balor right now twerking.
Even if I can't technically see it, I already know Timothy just activated the got your nose sin just by his positioning.
Into the cover, and Thatcher.
Seriously, what is up with Corey Graves and his late reactions to moves or pinfalls? Perhaps I should take back everything I said about wanting him back at NXT.
With that, Corey.
Finn Balor went to the Seth Rollins school of learning how to sell injuries. Timothy was literally bending his leg in really painful positions for the last few minutes, and somehow Finn is just fine? Not buying that at all. I gotta remove a sin for Timothy Thatcher's impressive submission strategies. Pulling up Finn's right arm while trapping the left arm by pressing his knee against the wrist. That is awesome. Finn, you mind not digging your hand inside my trunks to grab my ass, please?
Finn is hurting right now. That allowed him a moment.
And moments like this is why I have never and will never wear those small wrestling trunks whenever I compete in the ring.
Wait for coup de grace. Not even to fight in a single leg crab.
Okay, just saying. Finn Balor tweaked that previously injured leg pretty badly at the coup de grace attempt. Follow that with Timothy locking in a single leg crab. If Finn ignores all that and pretends it never happened, you know it's bullshit. What do you bet Mia Yim is telling Keith Lee all about the carnage she caused with Retribution at the Performance Center recently?
Golden role models in.
Corey Graves believes Bayley and Sasha Banks are called the Golden Raw role models, even though both wrestlers are part of the SmackDown brand.
I'll be relinquishing the North American.
Man, you just gotta feel bad for Keith Lee. In the span of 3 weeks, he went from having both singles titles from NXT to having none of them. Bet he regrets relinquishing one of them just on the very case he loses the other just as quickly.
You can't have a takeover without Johnny Takeover.
Actually, you can. There have been several, and they were all great even without the presence of Johnny Gargano. Hey, WrestleMania did well without The Undertaker last year.
NXT TakeOver.
Should I go underneath this ladder? Nah, I've lost way too many times already. Shouldn't challenge my luck again. Although, given Damian Priest walked underneath that ladder during his entrance and still went on to win the match, perhaps Johnny probably should have walked underneath the ladder himself. Who knows if this was a night where walking under ladders is a good thing.
This is Johnny Gargano who does things the Gargano way.
So, in other words, the exact same Johnny Gargano as the one who came into NXT. I'm just saying, Corey, nothing's changed about him. Hasn't he always done things the Gargano way? Cameron Grimes must be a huge fan of CM Punk's disgusting oily chest hair from 2010. Ugh, those gross memories.
NXT TakeOver 30 is presented by...
Skip! What is Velveteen Dream supposed to be tonight? Velva Scott Steiner or something? The fuck?
Dream over once again.
I gotta remove a sin for the comedy of that punch to Velveteen Dream. Damian Priest gives him the type of punch that says, stay away from my wife!
Climb the ladder or retrieve the championship.
And don't forget to stare down your opponent intensely as if your entire career depends on it. Very important.
Set it up and then climb.
There's a ladder already set up on the stage, and it's a perfect size to grab the North American Championship, yet Velveteen ignores it and decides to go for a smaller ladder that will ultimately cost him everything. Why am I not surprised?
All five.
Well, that's a rip. I guess whenever a wrestler looks underneath the ring to try and find a weapon of some sort, they're shit out of luck. I thought Hornswoggle stopped working for WWE a long time ago.
Your eyes off the ball, Grimes.
One of the many things that irritate me about ladder matches in WWE. Somebody pulls out a ladder and sets it vertically against the ropes instead of sliding it into the ring. They really need to stop doing that. And of course, the big thing that irritates me about ladder matches in general, the dreaded first ladder introduced is too small to reach the prize cliche.
Champion and Grimes ends the.
Without realizing there's already a ladder set up for him to climb, Cameron Grimes spends some time reaching for the toppled ladder so that he can climb both of them at the same time and look like an idiot when it fails miserably. Damn it, I'm removing another Sid for Bronson Reed looking up at Cameron from under his Grimes and basically saying, hello there, before Cameron falls.
Reed taking out Grimes.
Ah, you both missed.
Reed moving a little bit slower to your point, Corey.
No offense, but I think that would be because Bronson is literally the biggest competitor in this match and he's facing 4 fast-moving guys. Cameron Grimes be like, no, I must stop a potentially awesome double team move from happening and make it a cool moment.
Johnny Gargano and Cameron Grimes beating down.
That's Velveteen Dream who's actually helping out with that. Cameron Grimes is on the outside recovering from the onslaught. I'm sorry, but I can't stop laughing at poor Velveteen getting whacked by that ladder again and again, even when he's not being targeted. It's just too funny.
Oh no!
Now that was pretty cool. A powerbomb, German suplex, and superplex combination on all but one of the competitors. If Johnny Gargano was in the ring to get hit by Velveteen and complete the list, that would have been 2 center movers. In other words, we're only removing 1 here.
Priest, this could be Priest's opportunity. The North American Championship. Priest's finger.
Damian Priest quickly climbed the ladder to grab the North American title, but the moment he gets closer, he chooses to be as slow as possible.
Switch gears. And Priest kicking out the take out everyone standing in his way.
Holy shit, that was very creative on the part of Johnny Gargano. That is definitely worth 2 cents off.
Getting to shine. Holy cow!
Since Corey isn't allowed to say it on the air, I will. Holy shit! Here are 3 cents removed for that epic flipping counter from Cameron Grimes. This match is so great. Stupid Candice LeRae. It's crazy how many times she got involved in this match to help Johnny win the match and he still lost anyway.
LeRae.
Johnny Gargano's a dick to his own wife. Talk about karma.
It's Candice LeRae.
I bet Candice LeRae is channeling her inner James Ellsworth and attempting to grab the prize for her partner. Although if both Candice and Johnny watch what happened in 2017, Carmella ended up being stripped of the Money in the Bank briefcase as a result. So this would have just ended with Johnny getting stripped of the title.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Probably not the first time Johnny got flattened with Candice on top. Wink.
Into that steel ladder.
Steel ladder. That just may be the funniest joke I've heard all night from this event.
Dream? Velveteen Dreams.
This entire scene pissed me off. Velveteen Dream was literally inches away from the North American title, and upon realizing that, he chooses to move to the smaller ladder and go down a freaking step where the title remained unreachable to him. Would have been better off staying on the bigger ladder.
Trying to navigate his way to the top.
I'll be honest, Johnny missing his target and having Cameron graze the edge of the ladder instead of the full ladder actually made it more of a scary moment, since Cameron grazed the ladder, which made him fall to his side of the ring canvas. Here's another few sins removed for perhaps the best moment of the match. What a devastating kick to the air.
Championship.
Jesus, this match is fucking awesome. Hard to believe anybody would be whining that the NXT I remember is dead with moments like these.
Priest with a grip on.
If the actual championships have Velcro attached to them instead of the belt snaps, then why do the replicas not have them too? Only the little toy titles have the Velcro. Although I'm removing another 2 cents because this tug of war between Damian and Johnny to end the match was intense. But I'm adding another sin in because when you look at it, Johnny had a majority of the title, whereas Damian had only a small portion. So why didn't Johnny just jump off the ladder and force the title to be ripped out of Damian's grasp by the result of gravity? Your chance to win the title was right there! Kinda weird to think that Adam Cole went from a dominating 400-plus day NXT Championship reign to facing a former football player turned sports analyst at the historic 30th NXT TakeOver event too. Also, I get that Adam Cole and Pat McAfee have been at each other since 2018, but the one thing that actually got a match going between these two was a "you're short" joke. Could the recruits at Full Sail University at least have the common courtesy to yell Adam Cole Baby with Adam like the fans normally would, so that this wouldn't look awkward? I don't usually ask for much, but come on!
In the history of humans,
history of legs.
This entire promo sucks ass. Hard to believe a guy who's successful with his voice absolutely sucks at cutting promos. History of humans? History of legs?
Hit my music.
Something we should have done 1 minute ago before this asshole started talking. Pat McAfee brought in some security to help assist him against Adam Cole. The sin goes to Adam, sending the Undisputed Era backstage, not figuring Pat would pull some cowardly stunt like this.
But you have to look at Pat McAfee's history.
Corey Graves believes a history of playing football somehow matches up to Adam Cole's years of experience in professional wrestling. That'd be like saying Adam will be a master football star all because he has experience in wrestling. Doesn't mix together.
NXT ring. Boom! Big tackle by...
This is a good match, but the sequence of Pat hitting one single move and pausing to taunt as if one move makes him a god at wrestling goes on forever. Yeah, I'm a better human than you as I stand outside the ring surrounded by my team of bodyguards. Fear me. Copyright infringement. Yes, we heard you woo the first time. Don't worry, now that you have the advantage, we do this thing called capitalizing on it. Though shockingly not a lot of veterans in the business realize that either. Honestly, if that was the third time the referee saw Pat pull Adam's hair in this match, then how is Pat not disqualified? Are we giving unlimited chances to those trying to break the rules or something?
McAfee.
Damn it, Pat McAfee blew it again. Slowly approaches a recovering Adam Cole and selects the slap your opponent like an idiot option.
Right there.
Whoa!
No, Pat, you're not supposed to leap into the air when your opponent does that. It makes whatever he's doing less effective.
On the pressure.
Pat McAfee is a dick to Adam's Cole's.
Teetering on the top rope. Disbelief.
Oh my God!
McAfee.
I will not lie, Pat McAfee impressed me a lot in this match. This moment was one of them. I'd like to see more of him once he gets more trained.
And
That one moment when you realize that even if Adam did not counter with that super kick, Pat would have missed him completely when he leaped off the top rope. The graphic basically states that Vic Joseph is actually the WWE Champion Drew McIntyre. Does that make Drew the Vic Joseph of the night? I'm honestly removing another sin for Io Shirai's promo in Japanese for the build-up to her match with Dakota Kai. That made me believe how much of a threat Io is in this match.
Graceful and dangerous is Io Shirai.
Io Shirai looked to clap hands with the fans in attendance before remembering that we are in the midst of a pandemic and there's plexiglass in the way. Since we're looking at WWE Supercards, we're basically having a dick measuring contest between who's got the most cards earned between Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. And I don't give a super fuck about the Supercards.
Shirai certainly has retribution on her mind.
Probably because she might be a secret member of that cult. Dun dun dun!
whoa.
Jesus, Io Shirai's lucky she didn't break her damn neck during her gymnastics routine. You see, this is why wrestlers have got to cool it with the gymnastics show-off routine.
Raquel Gonzalez.
Io Shirai falls for the manager distracts the good guy while the bad guy sneaks up on them cliche that's been done hundreds of times per year.
Go kick to the face, into the cover, new champion.
Oh my god, that is worth a double sin. Not because Vic Joseph screamed out new champion, but because he said it about 2 seconds after Io Shirai already kicked out of the pinfall attempt from Dakota Kai, when it was clearly obvious that Io kicked out.
NXT Women's 10 to the top rope. NXT Women's title.
The 619 and subsequent dropkick probably didn't give Io the victory because she's not a Mysterio.
Shirai instead.
Shit, that was brutal without a doubt. Double stomp to Dakota while she's stuck on the apron. Here's another sin off. We've had quite a few of those in this video.
And with one arm now.
Doesn't look like Io Shirai is ascending to the top rope using only one arm. Vic has got to pay more attention here.
Champ puts on the brakes, but
The referee gets knocked down at the crucial point of the match cliche. But holy shit, that was one of the most brutal ways I've ever seen a referee get knocked out in a match. Out of all the ways referees have gotten knocked over, a massive boot to the face was one of the most violent. And it was in a women's match too. Here's another sin up because that referee's got guts.
we're gonna have a new champion.
Insert John Cena's Are You Sure About That meme. Blame Vic Joseph for Dakota's loss since he jinxed her momentum. Post-match assault. So close to having a pay-per-view event without one of those. So damn close. Shit.
This is a stare down.
Yeah, no shit, Corey. Damian Priest just may be the most jealous person in the world with a way of celebrating his title win. Kudos to him. Screen lyrics. Until the following Monday.
Karrion Kross has said he's not human.
Well, if Karrion Kross is not human, then it's amazing that a shoulder injury was able to put him down. Oof. No offense, but I feel like I'm watching this match in slow motion. I was tempted to check to see if the show was running on normal speed, too. Ear pulling. I know that Karrion Kross is wearing down Keith Lee, but I can't help but think that Karrion is actually posing for some sexy magazine the way his hips are positioned. Karrion is yelling at Keith to get up despite the fact that he hasn't grounded with no way of getting back to his feet at all. What's your logic, Karrion?
That won't just separate a shoulder, that'll divorce it, Beth.
Wah, wah.
Keith Lee, the first ever double champion in this brand's history.
Sure, let's pretend that Adam Cole wasn't a double champion in 2018 when he was one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions while going on to win the inaugural NXT North American Championship. If you meant double singles champion, you should have said that.
Lee talking the clothesline, coming back.
And Keith Lee's arm is A-OK, despite being in a Kimura, 2 arm bars, and several other submissions that targeted that specific limb. If I were Scarlett, I'd veer away from yelling at my partner what move to execute since it will give his opponent an alert and a 100% chance of countering.
The champion down to a knee.
I'll take a few more sins off because this sequence made it seem like Keith was done for while Karrion had the Kross jacket locked in, and even though Keith would lose later, the resilience to keep fighting is outstanding.
Lee trying to connect.
Weird for me to say it, but the spear bomb is not enough to put Karrion Kross away after nearly 20 minutes of battle, but it's enough to put away Randy Orton within 6 minutes just 8 days later.
We have a new champion.
I'll be honest, I was shocked at Karrion's victory over Keith given WWE's reputation of having title reigns last an average of 4 to 5 months before a title change is even considered. It's such a shame that this only lasts 4 days due to Karrion's shoulder injury, but he still deserves praise on his victory.